NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Buccaneers and the Niners coming up next.
Wet weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bucs in this matchup. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is now one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks down to get 6'5".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. So 4 plays, Charles, all passes here on the opening drive and already in the red zone. And even if you're planning for them to throw the football a lot, on the opening drive, if they go 4 for 4 on you, you're off balance on defense. I've been there before. And part of you keeps thinking, they've got to run it at some point, right? They've got them really mixed up at this point. If I were them, I'd keep pressing the advantage. They're throwing it really well. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 catches, 113 yards.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
And a catch right side by Evans. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Hunt. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. Leading him out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
On first down, it's Watson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
From the gun, here's Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
From the 39, Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
Let's go, baby.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
first down. They'll run with Hunt. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll set up a throw.
They'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
2nd and 2.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Watson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
2nd and 7.
They're going to look to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw.
This is swung out to Eckler.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Now a first down throw, Watson.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding.
Oh, man, come on.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
56. Right there, 56.
Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
They run the counter now on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Right back to him on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
50 seconds, 50 seconds.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Offensive linemen are famous for doing their job no matter who's carrying the ball. But when they have the confidence that the person carrying it can break off big-time runs, it makes them block just a little bit harder.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Watson off play action. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 49ers with their 1st trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
Here's Sermon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. It's a 2nd quarter. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. 2nd quarter here. He has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
You can't stop me.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll drop to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll fire this one deep for Eckler.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Spinning past him. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. And the ball is knocked out.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice play, baby, nice play.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Watson. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner, because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the 2nd quarter. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole. And then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off. But you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue, because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Here's Jack Fox now
as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
78 yards on the ground for him so far.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Out of the gun, Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Watson. And this is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But now it's 3rd and goal. To the air yet again, Watson. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back now comes Tampa Bay.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taking it about the 16. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here.
Watson on first down. Taking a shot for Samuel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 76 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was the visiting Titans who were able to walk away with the road victory. Derrick Henry, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Jarvis Landry, a touchdown catch in the victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Here we go. Here we go.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Working with a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Watson on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have the Niners first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Good protection there on 3rd down. This is just a simple flip to his tight end outside the numbers. And he's able to haul it in and pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Watson. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Throwing again is Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We can talk a lot about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. From the 41, Watson. Kittle catching the slant. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. Now Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Watson now to throw. This is Hillman with it.
There's so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw, Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Tucker's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, the kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. It's Eckler again. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. A carry here for Hunt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They'll look to throw here. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Javon Kinlaw with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners.
And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now they try the right side here. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
101 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Touchdown 49ers! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big check now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble. And it's 2nd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a much-needed accomplishment there on 3rd down. They've been forced to punt far too many times already. They needed something to go their way, and they're able to get a new set of downs.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line.
First down, Buccaneers.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Leonard Williams in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. You're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bucs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Niners set to take over on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Watson.
Well, same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he